Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for the Scrapbook Nerd Online Shop, and I'm going to be creating the layout you see on the screen featuring products from Coco Vanilla Studios' Sunkissed collection. This layout comes together really quickly. Here's what I'm going to be using from the collection. I have paper. I also have some floral ephemera pieces and stickers, and those stamps are from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I will talk more about these products throughout the process, and I got everything here at the Scrapbook Nerd Online Shop. So I'm going to link up the shop as well as everything I'm using in the description box below in case you're interested. Now, I did very little preparation in advance. I have a piece of 12 by 12 basil marshmallow cardstock. That's going to be my foundation page. I also matted 2 photos in advance with white cardstock. Now I'm about to show you the paper here. I don't know if you know Coco Vanilla Studios. It's from Australia. This collection pack comes with 16 sheets of paper, so a little bit more than your typical 12 paper pack. And also the paper's just a little bit thicker. It's got a really nice feel about it. So that's the paper that I have selected for this project. I'm showing you the sticker sheet that also comes part of the paper pack. Those are the stamps from Elizabeth Craft Designs. The collection is called Destination Phrases. And I also have a tray full of goodies. Now you can see I've dumped out that floral ephemera there. It is part of this collection. And again, it's just a little bit thicker than, it's not totally paper thin. Anyway, a really nice quality. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do right now is start preparing my foundation page. So I'm going to be cutting down a bunch of strips of paper to create a border and a layered photo mat. I will put measurements for everything I'm doing on the screen, and I want you to keep in mind that the measurements that I'm posting on the screen are for visible page parts only. I cut mine a little bit wider and I like to overlap them, but it's not necessary to do the project. So you're going to kind of see how I'm going to be placing this. It's going to be a top heavy layout. So the 2 strips there are going to create a border at the top of the page. And this large dark pink piece, that's going to be a large photo mat. And you can kind of see I have another pink piece. It's the flip side of that dark pink paper. That's going to be another photo mat, and then I have the 2 there, of course, with their individual white mats. What you see me doing now is taking an old tearing tool from Creative Memories just to tear a diagonal line at the bottom of that photo mat. Now, obviously, if you don't have a tearing tool, you can just tear it, no big deal, or you could use a ruler to guide you if you want. Now, before adhering all of this to the page, I am going to apply a bit of ink in the bottom right-hand corner of this layout. That's going to be where I place my title and my main embellishment cluster. So I just want a little foundation layer there. I'm using a Picket Fence Studio blending brush and some ink from Stampin' Up! Called Misty Moonlight. So it just adds a light layer of blue underneath there. So I'm going to adhere all of this to the page. So I'm adhering the border to the top, and then you're going to see me adhere that photo mat all together. Also, when I place it to the page, when I started this project, I thought I was going to be putting it right in the middle. But as I was adhering it, I remembered I did plan on making a large embellishment cluster over there on the bottom right. So for that reason, I tossed that photo mat a little bit more towards the left. Otherwise, I think the layout would have looked really lopsided with a huge embellishment and title cluster in the bottom right if everything was super central. What I'm showing you there are some thicker titles as well as puffy words, and those are both from an old collection from Paige Evans called Truly Grateful. I found the colors worked perfect with this Sunkissed collection. So if you have any of that kicking around, you might want to dig it out. Also, you saw me get out this big pouch full of little bits of paper. What it is when I have lined paper from any collection, lined paper or graph paper, I don't throw any of it away. I save every scrap and I use it for journaling boxes. And that's what you see me making right there. I also took that very same tearing tool. I used the pink angle on that photo mat as a guide to tear an angle on that journaling box because I want them more or less to have the same angle. And you can kind of see I've just adhered it underneath that photo block, and that's where my journaling will go later on. I also placed my title, which is on like a clear plastic. It's what comes in the Thickers package. I just cut it out. It's going to be Sunshine Love, so I could play around with placement. And it's going to go there in the bottom right. Now you see I have the ephemera pieces around me as well as the stickers. So what I'm going to do is create a large floral embellishment cluster in the bottom right. And I'm starting with the larger flowers that have leaves with them already. I did that with the blue, and there's an orange one and the pink one. Then I came in with two kind of medium flowers. Those are the yellow ones. And then I came in with some leaves. So I tucked one in the top there and one towards the bottom. These floral ephemera packs are super fun to create embellishment clusters for. A lot of collections have them now. This particular collection has two different sets of ephemera. There's one with icons, different like sunglasses and stuff like that. I didn't get that one. I just got the florals. I happen to love florals. Anyway, I started with the bigger pieces, went down to medium, then tucked in the smaller ones. I'm also going to put a repetition of that floral cluster in the opposite corner, the top left, and I'm just tucking in leaves and playing around with that all a bit. So once I'm happy with that, I know I am going to be coming in with some final touches, but at this point I have too many loose pieces on my page, so I just have to start adhering. So that's what you're going to see me do before I come in with the stickers and enamel dots and stamps and all that fun stuff. So I've sped up the film, I'm adhering it all down, again starting with the big pieces, then coming in with medium pieces. Some of these I will be popping up on foam adhesive. I do find that adds interest to embellishment clusters, and you're going to see me come in with extra cardstock. When I add foam adhesive to embellishment pieces, to ephemera pieces, I often add extra cardstock underneath and then the foam adhesive. I just find it stands the test of time much better. If I look at my older albums when I didn't reinforce them, there's a little bit of warping, and I don't like that look. I do want to point out, however, like I mentioned earlier, these ephemera pieces are a little bit thicker than really thin ones, but I still felt they needed some reinforcing. So I've got all that down. I adhered my title. I stopped it a bit, continued adhering the word love, which was a bit tricky, and now I'm coming in with some stickers. So on that sticker sheet, there are like these labels. So I took two of them and I tucked them in the top left in the layers of that photo mat, like file tabs. And then what I'm going to do is add words that are also on that sticker sheet. I add the word sunshine as well as no worries. Also from that sticker sheet, I end up coming in with another sticker. It says fun in the sun or something like that, and I'm tucking it in that floral cluster in the bottom right. All I'm doing right now is adding some enamel dots. Now this isn't part of the collection. I just found some enamel dots in my stash, found some aqua blues that I liked, and now I'm adding them to the center of each one of those flowers. And once this is done, what I'm going to do is get out that stamp set I mentioned earlier from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Super fun. It's called Destination Phrases, and it has all kinds of fun things like the good life, love this place, fun, going home, unplug. I'm going to be using favorite destination. These are photos of me in Jamaica a few years ago, and boy do I miss that place. Not being able to travel is really not fun these days. Anyway, good memories. So what you see me doing with this stamp set, or before stamping I should say, is just drawing a line in pencil. I just want to make sure it's more or less straight. I'm going to be placing it just above that title there. And because these are clear photo polymer stamps, I'm going to be able to see through that block where I'm stamping. The ink I'm using is called VersaFine Clair. The color is Morning Mist. It's a pigment ink, and it's kind of a dark gray, and I'm actually quite happy with it. So I'm going to be stamping it just above the title there, and I wait a bit before erasing the pencil line. I just don't want it to smudge, and it all worked out perfectly fine. All I did off camera was my journaling, of course, and I did add some faux stitching just above at the top of that journaling box, just underneath the photos. And I also put them along each one of those tabs at the top. And I used that same dark gray that I stamped favorite destination with. And that kind of created a little discrete visual triangle with that gray color. And that's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the Scrapbook Nerd YouTube channel, we would be absolutely thrilled if you did. There's a bunch of us contributing to this channel, so I think we have some pretty fun content for you. Also, be sure to check out the Scrapbook Nerd Online Shop. They're getting new stuff all the time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.